I know for sure I could go there tomorrow and get something for 10 to 15,000. That would be quite livable in, you know, you could easily pay that per month. That's 10 to 15,000 baht per month, you know, it'd be a reasonable, nice accommodation there. It's not going to be, it would be slightly Western for that price, but not 100%, you know, you need to probably spend up to 20 if you're going to get something really plush, you know, something really nice there. Yeah, electricity, you know, I would budget anywhere for electricity. It's standard pretty much around the country, anywhere from 500 baht a month up to 3,500 baht a month, okay? Between a condo and a house, that is, okay. I think average, most people pay about 1,500 a month, you know, 1,500. I think that's an okay budget for that would be for a house with maybe 2 or 3 aircon units running in the night time, probably not running all day. But if you're running them at night, you know, 3 AC units at night only, and then sometimes one of them in the day, sometimes when it's hot, then yeah, that would be about 1,500 baht a month. Now we're looking at the water bill. So water bill is dirt cheap, to be honest with you. Anywhere from like 100 to 200 baht per month. You know, it's never even that in our property now, you know, unless you're watering the garden like crazy and having swimming pool in the garden or something, you know, one of them blow up swimming pools. We've done that before, and the water bill goes up a little bit. It goes up like 200 to 300 baht a month or something if you're filling up the swimming pool 2 or 3 times a week or something like this. We've done that before, and it does cost a bit more, but generally just watering the garden, you know, your general house. I mean, I've got 2 kids and a wife and 2 dogs, and you know, we only pay 100, 150, some, you know, max kind of thing on a water bill. So it's never going to be any more than that throughout the whole country. Wherever you live, it's going to be the same, to be honest with you. Let's talk about food. Right, if you live in an expat area like Hua Hin, you're going to spend more money on food. I'm being realistic, because there is just an availability of Western foods there that you're going to want to eat. You just can't, you're not going to be able to help yourself. If you're from the West and you're coming over here, you're not going to eat Thai food all the time. In them places, you're going to end up having a lot of Western food. I can't help myself. If I go to Hua Hin, restaurants are so good. There's so much good Western food there. You're going to spend more money on food, for sure, 100%. I mean, yes, you cook at home, everyone does, but, you know, you still want to go out, you know, meet friends and different things. So it will depend where you live. You know, I budget a minimum of like 9,000 baht a month at least, kind of thing, for food. But, you know, to be honest, it'll probably be more. You know, in some place I would spend up to 15 a month probably on food. But that is, everyone's different, you know. If you're going to be living on Thai food and cooking at home with your wife, you know, you can, you know, live on a lot less, I think. But budget anywhere between, you know, 10 to 15,000 on food a month. I mean, if you're going to go out for lash meals in restaurants, then you can pretty much double that budget. That's, you know, the budget can go through the roof if you start going to restaurants and drinking wine. And, you know, you can easily, if there's a couple of, if you're with a couple, you can easily spend 2,000-3,000 baht in a restaurant. I do quite regularly, you know, so it's like, you know, and that's just 2 of you. So, you know, you can blow a lot of money, especially if you like the alcohol as well. Yes, you can buy 30 baht meals, you know, everywhere still, 30 to 40 baht Thai food meals. So, you know, if you're really, really on a budget, you can live on, you know, 150 baht a day. Would I want to? No, I don't think many people want to live on just Thai food and that kind of, you know, that kind of Thai food every day for 3 meals. You know, I don't think people are going to do that really, realistically. You're going to be eating Western food as well. Going to Thai restaurants, you know, nicer Thai restaurants where, you know, you can pay 100 baht for, you know, 1 dish. So, and, you know, you go with a couple of you, you have 3 or 4 dishes. It's soon 300, 400, 500 baht, quite easy with drinks. You know, be realistic in some restaurants, you know, you're not always going to go to them budget restaurants, the really cheap ones, you know, but you can do. So that is an option, you know. So as I say, it does vary immensely. Okay, travel costs. So this will vary if you're using public transport or you're going to get your own motorbike or get your own car. Yeah, it totally varies, you know. I mean, there's all motorbike taxis, there's song towers, which is like a little pickup truck you get in the back of. There's you know, motorbike taxis, there's vans, there's buses, there's trains. You know, there's so many different types of transport, and public transport is very, very cheap, especially taxis. You know, in certain areas you can use the Bolt app and you get taxis around in most places in Thailand now. So they are very, very cheap compared to the West. They're ridiculously cheap. 15-20 minute ride is going to be like 100 baht or something like this, depending on traffic and everything, you know, and that does vary a little bit, but it is a cheap place for public transport, very, very cheap. If you get your own motorbike, then obviously you're going to need to buy your motorbike, but motorbikes are dirt cheap in Thailand. I got a motorbike, I bought it brand new, it was 60 60,000 baht when I bought it brand new. 125 Honda Click. It's a good bike, really nice bike. I've had it about 7 years now, and you know, it cost me next to nothing to run it. You know, it's very, very cheap. About 140 baht now to fill up the tank every week. And that's doing quite a few kilometers. So you probably have to budget about that in, you know, petrol if you're going to be driving around. But maybe about 150 baht a week. So maybe a month or 500 baht a month on gasoline, you know, petrol for the motorbike. If you're running a motorbike. If you're running a car, then obviously it's a bit more. And petrol and diesel prices have gone up in Thailand. They aren't as cheap as they were. They are cheap compared to the West. They're very cheap still, but they have gone up noticeably. I mean, I got the truck, you can see in the background here, but it's definitely more to fill it up now, you know, than 3 or 4 years ago. You know, it's an extra few hundred baht now than it was. So it has gone up in prices, you know, the petrol prices, which I think is standard across the globe now, to be honest. Okay, mobile phone and internet. I mean, most people get a mobile when they come over here. So you have a mobile, you set that up. I mean, most people you can pay 200-300 baht a month on a package, but it's rubbish, to be honest with you. It's slow, runs out of data quite quickly. Yes, there's a lot of people who say you can have that, but it's not very good, to be honest with you. I pay now 500 to 600, no, it's about 600 now I pay per month, but it's good, you know, it lasts all month, it doesn't really run out unless I go crazy on YouTube or something, you know, or downloading a lot of things and just using it continuously or something, you know. But I do, when I go to restaurants and bars or anywhere, you know, I do generally switch over to, you know, free internet, which is everywhere in Thailand, to be honest with you. All the cafes and all the places you go, you can get free internet. You know, free Wi-Fi there, so it's very easy to do. So I would budget about 500 at least a month for your mobile phone and the internet. Entertainment, you know, this means going out. This does vary. I mean, it's going to be just on every individual, you know. I mean, I don't really drink, so for me, it's, you know, it's really cheap. And I got kids at the moment, so I don't really go out that much because I got a young kid. So, you know, it's difficult. We go to restaurants now and again, but not that often, you know. It does mount up if you're going out. If you're going out drinking and going to nice restaurants, it mounts up, really does. I've done it before, and it isn't cheap. It does mount up. And obviously other expenses with entertainment, but I won't go on to that on this video. Yeah, I would budget, you know, at least, like, if you're a single guy, you know, 10,000 plus a month, I would, you know, else you're not going to have enough, you know. It's just going to be, you know, you're going to want to go out, you know, a couple of times a week to nice restaurants. You're going to want to go out drinking a couple of times a week. I would think meet some friends. Even if you don't drink much, you can soon, 1,000 baht's gone like this, you know, very, very quickly. So, you know, with a bit of food and a couple of beers, you know, 1,000 baht can soon be gone. So, you know, I budget about 10,000, I think, for entertainment for a single guy. You know, a little bit less if you're a couple, maybe. You know, you know, cause I think generally if you're a single guy, you're going to spend more money. Because I know myself, you know, if you came here as a retired guy, if you're single, you're going to go out more, you're going to spend more money. So, yeah, at least 10,000, to be honest with you. And that's easily done. You could easily double that, to be honest with you. And that's just a couple of times a week, 2-3 times a week going out. Doing different activities. Maybe it's drinking, maybe it's going playing pool, having a couple of cokes, having some food with some friends, you know, having a bottle of wine with some friends if you're a lady, you know, just, you know, everyone's different what they spend on alcohol and food. You know, everyone's got different budgets. Some people like really cheap food and okay with that. Others are not. They want really nice food, you know. They want really, not expensive, just really good quality food. And, you know, sometimes you have to pay for that. If you go to nice restaurants, you have to pay for that with a nice view overlooking the beach, you know. If you want to go to them type of restaurants, then it's going to be a lot more money. You know, a lot of people say, yeah, you don't need that much. But it's how long a piece of string with entertainment, you know. You could spend 100,000 a month. You know, it's like bonkers. I know some people who spend ridiculous amounts in a month on, you know, going out. So, you know, if you're a single guy, you're going to spend more money, and you can never budget enough for, you know, going out. You know, you're never going to have enough for going out because there's always more nicer restaurants you can go to, or bars you can go to, or sky bars. I'm not even suggested sky bars. I mean, that, you know, your budget will just go out the window when you go to places like them, you know. And you want to experience some of these things when you come to Thailand. If you can't, then it's a bit disappointing, you know, especially when you're retired. You've got time on your hands, you know, so you're gonna need more money. I always say that you're gonna need more money retired than you would do as a normal person, because normal people here are just just working, they're busy, you know. They haven't got time to spend money all day, they're busy working or making money online, or, you know, when you're retired, you've got time on your hands, you want to do things, you don't just want to sit in your house all day, so you want to go out and do things, meet friends, and so you need the budget for that. Okay, so I suggest, okay, let's say 6 to 10,000 baht, maybe, you know, some people won't spend up to 10,000, maybe, you know, 6,000, then up to 10,000 baht. Your medical insurance, I mean, most people who come here have medical insurance already. If you're going to be buying your own policy when you're retirement age, it gets pretty pricey. You know, I've said in another video, it gets pretty pricey. You know, I'd budget anywhere 30,000 baht a year. You know, you're going to need that kind of money, okay? For a decent policy, probably even more, between 30 and 40,000, to be honest. I've paid that before. And as you get older, it gets more expensive. So, you know, and some people won't even insure you, it gets that bad. So, you know, that's something to really consider before you come here. Make sure, you know, you've got all the medical insurance set up. It can be pretty pricey out here, that can. So that's something really to think about. So yeah, that'll be about 30,000 baht per year at least, okay? Okay, I've added all that up. It's quite a lot to add up, actually. It was a bit more than I thought, actually. So yeah, it came to like about 50,000, well, 52,000. That was for the lower end one without looking at, you know, higher rents. I was looking at 10,000 baht per rent, going down from there, all the different expenses. I mean, it is going to vary. I would say if you're coming to retire here on 50,000, it's okay. You know, you can do that quite easily. If you're coming here and you got a budget less than that, you know, 40, you know, just look at places that are cheaper to stay at. But the most important thing is like the area you're going to live in. You know, pick an area that's cheap. You know, if you're really struggling with the budget, you know, Pattaya can be done dirt cheap. Hua Hin in certain areas can be cheap as. And, you know, I'll put on another video, you know, it's one of the best areas to retire in Thailand. And I 100% agree with that, you know. That's no lie, you know. If I was going to retire now, I would go to Hua Hin probably, you know, because it's just such good value. If you're looking at other places, you know, more expensive places, just be aware that and, you know, you're going to have to budget a little bit differently when you go there. Okay guys, I hope it helped you out if you're thinking of retiring in Thailand. It's an awesome place to come and retire to. Really recommend coming to Thailand. It's a great place.